Yo, what's up guys? Infernal Shard 1 for the win here. And today what I was going to talk with you a little bit about with you guys is something that Microsoft has planned out for next coming up fall of 2017, that they're releasing the Project Scorpio and what it has. Okay, so here's where the time started to begin, or where it's starting to begin with 4K gaming, right? Okay, so if you guys are wondering about 4K, between the difference of 720, 1080p, or whatever, I will let you guys know this. So, as you can see, they places like Walmart and everything has TVs such as 720p TVs, 1080p TVs, HDR TVs, and now the highest, which is 4K. 4K is a TV that lets you have better pixels and all of this stuff, and the picture turns a little bit more lighter and brighter and clearer than what a 1080p TV would look. But you've actually seen on how the 1080p TVs look. They still look pretty darn good, for especially since they've been released, as you could see. But what I wanted to talk with you guys a little bit about is that don't go ahead and just think, well, the 4K gaming system that Microsoft's releasing, which is Project Scorpio, don't go ahead and think, well, just because of that, it doesn't matter as long as we got a 4K TV. Because listen to this, guys. Now, say you have a 32-inch of a 4K TV, and you understand that the TV is not very big, and it needs to be very big in order to get all of those pixels and the colors. Like, seriously, from 1080p to 4K, like if you have a TV that's less than like 50-inch, you're not going to tell the difference between 4K and 1080p. Now, some people can tell the difference of 720p to 1080p, and some people cannot tell the difference between 720 and 1080p. So I will let you guys know this, because the TV is not very big for those pixels to fit in. That's why if you want to buy a 4K television, you would actually need a TV that's like probably like 50 to 55 inch or bigger in order to get all those pixels in. Because like I said, if it's littler than 10 or not 1080p, I mean, if the TV is smaller than 55 or 50 inch, then the TV is going to be so small not to hold all of those pixels. Because that's why they've been inventing TVs anywhere between 55 to 90 something inch TVs. I think in 90 something, like 94 or whatever inch is like the biggest TV so far out. And the smallest size for right now is like a 28. A 28 is like the smallest size of a TV, and a 94 is like the biggest, largest TV so far made on this entire planet. So yeah, guys, before you start going to buy a 4K television, just think before you start buying after you watch this video, because like I said, if the TVs are not that big, you're not going to tell the difference between 1080p of to 4K, because it's got to be bigger to fit all of those pixels and all of those brighter colors and stuff in. Now, I think there are TVs that just support HDR, and they're not as much money as 4K, but 4K still is a good resolution. Now, also what I wanted to tell you a little bit about that is that I do not know about the PlayStation 4 Pro along with the Project Scorpio. The Project Scorpio, what Microsoft said, is definitely going to be a 4K gaming system. Sony has not yet confirmed that the PlayStation 4 Pro will be 4K resolution. They have not said that whatsoever. So, but if you guys like 1080p more, or you think 1080p is still good and you're still happy to deal with 1080p, or do you want to get a 4K? I mean, literally, Microsoft and Sony are doing what their best is, which I personally think is that Sony is going to be putting 4K in their upgraded PS4. But we do not know for a fact for right now, but from what I think that they're more than likely. Of course, we already know that Microsoft is definitely doing with the Project Scorpio, so yeah. But if you guys also want to know something else, now I was at Walmart just the other day, or actually no, it was yesterday, I should say, and I actually saw, now I did talk to one of the owners, or one of the workers there, and even though I asked him, but this is the first time I saw that they had 4K HDR HD cords. You know how, like, on the Xbox One, the PS4, and the Wii U, you gotta have an HD cord in order for the screen to pop up on the TV. And on the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3, an HD cord is what an extra feature that they added to the old gen systems when they were newer at the time. They do have now 4K HDR cords. Now, like I was saying, I did talk to one of the workers there yesterday, and he did say something about that. If you buy one of those, he said it does not matter which kind of TV you have. He said if you own a 32-inch or a 43-inch of a 1080p TV only, it doesn't have 4K and possibly HDR. He did say something about that. It will not look it won't look really as good as if it was an HDR and 4K television. But he said if you actually do get a 4K HDR HD cord, you will actually, compared to the original HD cords, you will tell a difference of the game, of the graphics, and they will definitely look much better. They may not look that as good as if they were hooked up to an actual 4K HDR television, but if you at least got a 720p, more than likely a 1080p only, but I think it does allow on 720, but more than likely I think it has to be 1080, but let's just say if you got a 1080p, if you really want one of those to make your games look good, go right ahead, because they will only cost you about $20, and it'll save you lots of money to make your actual games look much, much better. So, yeah, guys, like I said, don't go giving your hopes up and buying a 4K television for the heck of it. You just got to be prepared to, like, know what the size is and everything, because I'm going to say this one more time, because like I said, the TVs are not that big to have all those pixels to fit in it. That's why you will not tell the difference. But if it was bigger, it would be so wide that there would be so many pixels to fit in the TV. That's why it's better if you buy like a 50 to 55 inch or bigger, in order to get much better pixels and realistic looking graphics of the games in high dynamic range. So yeah, guys, this is Infernal Shard 1 for the win. If this video helped out anything, just do me a favor and send me in the comments below, and send me in the Sorry about that, guys, but like I said, send me the comments below of what's your hopes, thoughts on this about getting a 4K television that has to be bigger and whatever, and also about getting a 4K HD cord and all this. Just like tell me, and if you guys actually do decide to get it, like tell me how awesome it looks compared to like the original HD cord that you have, and if it does work, just send me the comments below to let me know, so that way I know for a fact one of the cords are definitely worth buying and all this. So if I did good on this video, also just let me know if I did good too. And if those of you that are new, hit that subscribe button. I want to get at least good 500 to 1,000 likes at least for this video. So yeah, guys, so I will see you all in the next video.